The transformation of the normally slender Weird Al into an 800-pound advertisement for Weight Watchers took 3.5 hours in the makeup room.
The fat suit was a kind of giant foam rubber contraption, and certain parts of it were filled with dried beans, so I would jiggle in all the right places. And the face was basically hard latex pieces which they glued to my cheeks and chin and neck, and then covered with makeup. And it was pretty lifelike. It felt pretty real.
Mic check.
Mic. Weird Al has come to Chicago radio station Z95 to take calls from his fans and hopefully to sell some records.
Yeah, you know how you have to ask permission to copy people's songs?
No, tell me about it. Oh my God, you were going out on a limb.
Who turned you down?
Who was turning me down?
Right.
Very, very few people. Most people have a little bit of a sense of humor. There's one guy a couple years ago. There's this short guy from Minneapolis. Likes the color purple, rides a motorcycle. I can't remember his name, but he didn't like it too much.
As he's grown more popular, it's been easier for Al to get permission from the original artists. Many of them consider it a status symbol to be parodied by Weird Al.
I feel bad!
Obviously, it's not meant to be a put-down. I'm not trying to step on people's toes. When I do a parody, I consider it a tribute. And I think, most people understand that. There's a certain amount of red tape you have to go through to get to the artist. And, you have to do the whole L.A. thing. You have to do lunch with their secretaries, agents, lawyers, managers, answering machine. And but it always gets down to the original writer. And in most cases, they're flattered.
I lost on Jeopardy!
Sometimes the artist gets actively involved. Greg Kinn showed up in my video for I Lost on Jeopardy. Madonna herself suggested the idea for Like a Surgeon, and Michael Jackson really went above and beyond the call of duty by actually donating a set to me. The set that I shot the Fat video on actually belonged to Michael.
Dancing plays a big part in many of Al's music videos, whether he's imitating Madonna, James Brown, or Michael Jackson. But you probably won't run into him at your local disco.
I consider myself a total non-dancer. It's impossible to get me out on the dance floor, and it amazes me when people say, "Oh, you're such a great dancer," because I can't dance at all.
Where are you going to be later on today?
It just so happens I'm going to be at Flipside Records in the Barrington Square Mall at 3:30. But you might want to go there right now and just wait, because the line's going to be about 5 miles long.
Not quite 5 miles long, but not bad for a guy whose first recordings were made in a college men's room. Now the question is, where will he go from here? Will Weird Al grow weary of comedy and succumb to the desire to be taken seriously?
A lot of people ask me if I'm ever going to do serious music, and I really haven't a desire to. I've always done comedy in my music, and I think there's enough people already that do straight music, so I like to think that I'm filling a little bit of a void there.
With his latest hit, he's filling more than just a little void.
And the whole world knows I'm fat, and I'm proud just to tell me once again, who's fat?
Now, if you're still wondering why they call him Weird Al, the movie he's making this summer should explain. He says the movie will be a cross between It's a Wonderful Life, Purple Rain, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.